Hey guys, it's Jenna, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about some new makeup releases that I am super excited about. Actually, he's looking because he knows there's a toy there. We're going to be talking about the new Natasha Denona collection, first and foremost. That's going to be a big one, as well as some other new releases I'm excited about, and I'm curious to know your thoughts on, so let's get started. Okay, the first one is the Natasha Denona collection, of course. I had to share that first. It's probably most likely the reason why you even clicked on this video in general. This is one that I saw that I was like, okay, I really need this. This is not a want, this is a need. So let's pull up Trend Mood's website here, or sorry, Instagram page. Whenever Natasha Denona has something that drops a little early, like just like a little bit of a sneak peek, sometimes she asks these websites to stop talking about it because she gets kind of don't spoil the fun kind of thing, right? So I saw that this post is still on Trend Mood, which means Natasha Denona and her team probably have already seen it, so it's okay to talk about. It's kind of safe to do so. Now, this is called the My Dream Palette, My Dream Collection. This reminds me, you guys, of my top two Natasha Denona palettes. Gives me some inspiration from glam and from retro, and this looks so stunning. Like, from the little pictures that we see, which isn't too much, looks like, based on sizing, that it's probably going to be the midi size, Here's to Hoping, which is a really lovely size. You can see that packaging looks like it's going to be that plastic packaging that comes with the midi. Although Biba is also a plastic packaging palette, but it's also large. Just kind of based on like how it is, I think it's going to be a midi. It's so hard to know though. It's also coming with a cheek trio, which has two highlights and a blush. And then we also have a lipstick, a liner, and a gloss. I actually really like her lip products as well. So this is probably a collection I'm going to get everything from and do like a full test, a full face, which I'm really excited about. But what do you guys think of this collection? So far, no release date, nothing. It does seem like, given that she's okay with the fact that it's being dropped this early, my guess is that she's probably aiming for a late August, early September release, given that she hasn't told them to drop the posts yet, right? Because if it was for October, November, it's way too far out, and she probably would have told everybody to like, stop talking about this because it's nowhere near being released, right? But this looks beautiful. This to me is a need, and especially because I have retro and glam. They are very high traffic products in my collection. I'm wearing them constantly. The midi size is perfect for most people, I would say, for like the amount of product you get, plus the price point isn't super insane for a Natasha product, but this looks so good. Like, think about all the glammy, like holiday looks we're gonna see. There's some nice mauvey purples in there, a really beautiful gold, and anchored with those gorgeous browns. It's gonna be so easy for everybody to use. The only thing I'm not a super fan of are like the paint splotches like on the packaging itself. I don't know why, but it seems a little too busy. I do like that she kind of put in different script, like My Dream Palette, kind of like as if she was writing it, like a script font. But the paint splotches, I'm kind of like that's the only thing I'm like, why? Why'd you do that? But that's being really nitpicky, of course. I was just like, it doesn't seem super in place there. The trio looks really interesting too. We do have, I think it looks like the I Need a Glow highlight formulation, like that really nice kind of platinum-y, very shimmery one in the center. And then we have a shimmer that doesn't have the embossment, and we have a mauve kind of blush. So we have some really nice products to look forward to. And this lipstick collection looks like it's going to be a mauve color as well. The whole thing is going to be really cohesive. So I'm excited. I will be reviewing this. Don't forget to subscribe if you see this video first, because I will be reviewing it, and then you'll be able to be notified when I get my review up. But this one is a need, you guys. It's gonna happen, and I can't wait for it to come into my collection. Now let's talk about some other products that are coming up, which I'm really excited about. So we do have a new skin tint from Summer Fridays. This is coming out really soon. I feel like a lot of tints do this. It's like they just expect their tint is gonna stretch across like 5 or 6 skin tones at a time, and then they only put out like 5 shades. So I'm curious your thought on this. Do you think that's something that's reasonable? I mean, I don't know. It's a sheer skin tint, so perhaps it's reasonable to expect it to stretch a little bit. Oh wait, no, there's 10 shades in here, not 5. That's good. It's a little bit better, but I need to correct that before we continue. But I'm curious your thoughts on that. The skin tints do tend to stretch a little bit in my experience, but interesting that the shade ranges isn't always super inclusive. This is a lightweight skin tint that delivers beautifully for sheer to light coverage for a natural looking finish. I'm obsessed with their sunscreen. Like, that is something that they've released recently and I've been in love with. It's very milky and very beautiful and just give you that really nice glow while also protecting your skin. So I'm really excited for this one. It doesn't say it has an SPF in it, so it sounds like you have to put your SPF on first, but it does have hyaluronic acid and squalane in it, so that's awesome. But I'm curious. I do love skin tints, especially for those really light skin and light makeup days, but I feel kind of like they could have released this a little bit earlier in the year because the skin tint sort of vibe is starting to dissipate in the fall, right? I personally still wear them throughout the year, but I think a lot of us wear them in the summer months. So potentially they could have missed that really prime window there, but that's just another random thought I have, but I'll definitely be reviewing this one when it comes in. Now we also have a new Charlotte Tilbury powder, it looks like. I mean, I think this might just be one translucent shade from her Airbrush Flawless Setting Powder line, but it also has different packaging. It's kind of like pearlescent. So this is the translucent airbrush powder coming soon. It does have like those really nice angel wings on the cover. It does seem to have the same like orb kind of packaging as the other powders do, except it's not gold, right? It's definitely a pearly white. And when you actually see the powder, it also looks to be white, right? Translucent. So I'm excited for this one as well. Definitely going to be testing it out for you. I'm a big, big fan of the powder. In fact, I think the powder was probably one of my first like 3 ever Charlotte Tilbury purchases because I had heard so many good things about the powder. And the fact that there's a translucent one is kind of nice too. So I'm excited for this. It's definitely a very lightweight semi-matte finish on the skin and it just feels beautiful. It doesn't feel like anything is actually on your skin, yet your makeup is perfectly set. Another need. We do have a lot of products coming down that I'm like, okay, my wallet's going to be in full-blown exercise mode at this point. Next, we have a really cool one. I think I kind of hinted about this on my channel already, but Haus by Lady Gaga is coming out with a foundation line, and this is why I'm really impressed. There are 50 shades in this line, 50. Insane. I cannot believe it. I've also seen, you can see there's a very fair shade in this line, like really, really fair. And there's also so many deep shades. It's going to be amazing for shade range. I'm so excited to hear that. Now, the only thing we don't know about is kind of like the finish or what it's supposed to be. It's called the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, but we don't know if it's matte. We don't know if it's like dewy. We don't know if it's natural. We don't know if it's light, medium, or full coverage. We don't know. We just know it's $45. That's all we know. But this is one I'm very excited about for reviewing for you guys, especially because it's so, so inclusive. And that kind of goes to my point about the skin tint earlier. So skin tints being lighter coverage, they can potentially stretch a little bit amongst skin tones, but 10 shades in a skin tint versus 50 in a foundation. It's kind of interesting when one brand can do this and the other brand can do a little bit less. Although they're different product categories, I guess, but I'm curious your thoughts on that. This one, I'm excited to review as well. I don't think there's a miss yet in a new release that I'm not excited about. All of them I'm excited about. We have another sneak peek from Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. This is the Easy Drop Lit All Over Glow Enhancer. This looks like a Flawless Filter dupe or a Flawless Filter inspired product. Curious about this one. Again, we have no date for release. So we have no date for the Haus Labs foundation either. But this one is supposed to be, you can wear it alone, you can mix it with foundation, but it's supposed to give you that glow, right? Lots of products out there now trying to mimic Hollywood Flawless Filter. I feel like Charlotte should be pretty flattered for all of the plagiarism. I don't know. But also I wonder how she feels if she's also feeling frustrated. But you never know. This is a very highly competitive industry, and the fact that other brands are bringing out something very similar should be no surprise. Now this is supposed to be in 4 shades, and it looks like there's kind of like a pearly beige, more of a yellowy beige. We have a tan and a deep color, so only 4. And again, this is just something to enhance glow. This is probably not meant to have a ton of coverage behind it. Similar to Hollywood Flawless Filter, she does have some shades in that, you could say, but it's really meant for the glow and a little bit of evening out of that skin tone, but not a ton. So I'm curious about this one. Very, very curious, especially because I wonder how similar it is to the Charlotte Tilbury one. And I keep getting a lot of questions about this one too. So I'll be reviewing this one. Don't you worry. No problem. I got you. This might be the only one I might pass on. Actually, apparently it's available right now. This is the skin tint from Dr. Jart. It's called the BB Premium Beauty Balm, they call it, and there's only 4 shades. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. This to me is a little bit of a disappointment. At least the Summer Fridays one has 10. This has 4. We have a very fair, and then like a medium, and then a tan, and a deep. Actually, not even a deep. Not even a deep. That's really awful. We have a fair, a light, a medium, and a tan. Not even a deep. Oh, it's a tinted moisturizer with niacinamide and it does have SPF 40. This is a multitasking niacinamide powered cream. It's your moisturizer, your makeup, your sunscreen, all in one, light buildable coverage, a natural finish, 4 flexible shades is what they say. I don't know, guys. I'm not super pumped about this one, and I haven't heard really anything from you guys about if you're interested in it. If you are interested, I'd be happy to share my thoughts, but I think I've literally heard like nothing from this brand that you guys are interested at all. So that's why I think this one's going to be a safe pass, especially because I'm much more excited about this Summer Fridays skin tint. But this one is available now if you are interested in the Dr. Jart formulation. They do show a picture of like skin tones and how they can be accommodated for in each shade, but I think with 4 shades, there's still going to be people that can't use it. So that's a little bit disappointing, but not hearing anything from you guys about this one, so I think we can just pass. We do have 2 bronzers to talk about real quick. We have one from Merit. This is coming soon. This is the Sculpting bronzer. It's apparently a sheer buildable bronzer that comes in this really gorgeous like metallic gold packaging. Very similar a little bit to the Rare Beauty packaging with that very spherical product that's coming up, probably going to be rolled up. And it's supposed to add a wash of natural looking warmth and depth. It's lightweight, has a cream formulation, and oval shape to make it easy to apply with precise strokes. This is going to be available, oh, it's available right now already on their website, but I haven't seen it at Sephora yet. It still says out of stock. Now, Merit is good. I do have quite a bit of luck with that brand, so I'm excited to see what this one's all about. I have heard you guys interested in a review on this as well, so I'll be getting this one, don't you worry. But my interest sort of peaked when I saw that this packaging was sort of similar to the Rare Beauty one. It seems to be shorter in like length compared to the Rare Beauty one, but it does have a very similar application style, which I've had really good experience with in the past. It's been very easy to work with the Rare Beauty one, so I'm excited to see how this one fares also. The next bronzer comes from Melt. I'm curious your thoughts on this one. If you want me to review it, please let me know down below. I haven't heard anything yet. This is the Ultra Matte Bronzer. Looks like these are going to be powder bronzers. There are 4, and it says it's an ultra matte powder formulation, but it blends like a cream. Very interesting. Effortlessly melts into your skin, no patchiness, no harsh lines, an instant smooth and sunless warmth. 4 shades, light, medium, tan, and dark. So this one's going to be available August 30th at Sephora, August 15th on their website. So we're getting pretty close to those dates. And the packaging looks really beautiful, actually. It looks very like sunny and kind of fun. And oh, it actually looks big. It looks big. Looking from picture 1 to picture 2, I'm like, whoa, picture 2 looks like it's a big pan. And it looks very reflective as well, which also looks really gorgeous. So this I'm excited for, but let me know your thoughts. Do you want me to review it and pick it up? Or is this something that you're kind of like, nah, I'm good? We're going to talk about the last product today that I'm excited for, but also, I don't know. This is going to be one that I'm going to need your opinions as well with, because it's the new Tom Ford White Suede collection. Tom Ford puts out these white pan kind of full face palettes very, very frequently and with similar shades all the time. That's kind of my thoughts. I'm not sure anybody else has really pointed that out, to be honest. I feel like a lot of other brands come under fire for like the same thing over and over again. And Tom Ford puts out very similar palettes like this frequently with a highlight, a blush, and then eyeshadow palettes that have browns and golds basically. And this is similar to the same thing. This is called the Eye and Cheek palette. It's called Raw Desire. There's also 2 satin matte lipsticks that are quite bold actually. So probably skip the lipsticks just because they seem very, very bold. Not colors I would typically wear on a regular basis, but the palette is definitely intriguing. It says it's coming soon, but the packaging is very luxe. I already feel like I know it. It's that very heavy, like luxurious feeling. And I love that it's got very wearable shades in it. But for those of us that have palettes like this kind of on repeat, this might not be something that we're interested in yet again, right? I don't remember. I have to check my collection if I have one of these, but I feel like I've seen some of these similar palettes from him. Am I just making that up? I could be. But I don't know if I've ever reviewed one for you guys. That's why I'm kind of wondering if I should pick this one up and see. The swatches look very strong and they look like wearable, you know, shades like most people would be interested in getting. So this might be one I'm going to keep my eye out, but let me know your thoughts about this one. Is this something you want to review for? And if so, I would be happy to help you out. Lots of amazing products coming down the pipe. I'm so excited to review them in the future. Just before we go, I have this blue eyeshadow from the Gucci palette. I am just about wrapping up testing that one, so I'm going to have a lot of eyeshadow palette reviews coming for you very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and until my next one, guys, take care and stay safe. Bye, guys.